Greetings. We are gathered here today to do one piece of content for this significant patch 7.16 for the Master Role Quest is the only thing that came out. I don't know why they bothered putting this in its own patch. They could have put this back in 7.15. Yeah, we're just gonna roll right through this real quick. Get the cool JoJo pose from the patch notes. Maybe go grab that new orchestrion wherever it's from. It's probably from this. Time to invent a bunch of fucking voices out of nowhere. Picking up the torch.
Droin, it is so good to see you. I was hoping you would pay a visit to us. The Landsguard received word from various nations you visited in your search for the treasures, and requested that we inform you of the latest tidings. They also send their earnest gratitude for your efforts. It seems that the 5 criminals have been brought into custody, although some had to be tracked down after you trounced them. They now await the judgment of the governments they wronged.
Cool.
I thought all was well, until I overheard some customers saying that the Passage of the Unbound had new leaders. The shop was so busy that I couldn't find a chance to speak with them before they left, but I felt compelled to report what I had heard to the Landsguard. It was a sobering reminder that as long as their leader, Apyahi, is free, she can rebuild and scheme again. You must have learned about the organization's workings during your search. Do you remember anything that might help us find out what she's up to?
Bro, it's been months since I fucking did this. Honestly, it was all a haze, brother. I paid attention to like half of them.
Oh, that's too bad. Luckily, the Landsguard managed to dig up some information. One of those apprehended said the Passage of the Unbound received their funds from shady mercantile outfits located in Urda. If Apyahi still has monetary means, it wouldn't take much to recruit new leaders for new schemes. Evil deeds come all too cheap. I have an idea. If Apyahi is recruiting new members, we could feign interest in her cause to get close to her.
That's pretty smart.
You might be onto something. We even know a woman she's never had the pleasure of meeting. Lauren. Yeah, evil. Yeah, be evil. I know we're asking a lot from you, but any information you extract from Apyahi and her new cohorts could prevent further incidents. What do you say?
I can do that.
We're very grateful. A small warning, however. We know 5 treasures were stolen, but there could be more. Whatever you do, don't treat Apyahi lightly. I suggest finding out what powers she has at her disposal and what our goals are before making your move. Nah, that's not how we do things. We go in, and we get blasted, and we try again. Which reminds me, those you aided are most eager to see Apyahi apprehended. We'll tell them you're hot on her trail. For now, why don't you travel to Ul'dah and ask around? Perhaps our quarry has already tried to recruit the disillusioned into her ranks. To Ul'dah, where I don't have to put on my Hispanic accent anymore. That Steps of Thal. Of course, it's in the Sapphire Exchange. Villains wish to topple the nations of the world. I'm afraid I haven't heard any such a group. There's no shortage of complaints about the Sultanate. Most common are gripes about market fees. To hear the merchants tell it, every one of them's a single bad bargain away from an empty coin purse. I can't say they'd go so far as treason, though. Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know the name Apyahi, but I do know of a strange man. Each day he stands aloof, staring at passerby with these dead eyes. Last I saw him, he was near the market board. Oh, it makes my stomach churn to imagine he might still be there. Alright. Shady back alley gamers. Shifty-eyed blokes. More shifty than usual, you mean? Well, just so happens a strange man tried to strike up a conversation with me not too long ago. Said he liked how eagerly I gave those bastards in the brass blades a piece of my mind. He invited me to a gathering of people who sought true freedom, as he put it. I didn't like the smell of it, hence you find me here. Seems a suspicious man is recruiting disgruntled citizens for unknown purposes. Perhaps you can get his attention by showing how angry you are near the market boards. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm very angry. I can't stand the fucking Sultanate. They're a bunch of greedy bastards who only care about themselves. You there? Mind letting me bend your ear? It's him, Sussus Amogus. I sense in you a kindred spirit, one who's tired of being trampled upon by the high and mighty. I think there's a place for you in our organization. The Passage of the Unbound. You might have heard tell of mysterious artifacts being used to incite unrest across the world. That was our doing. The oppressed finally striking back at the oppressors to win back the freedom they took from us. But we mean to aim even higher, and what we need more good men and women to lead us. Women like you. Down with the oppressors. Heh, I like your gusto. Mayhap you have what it takes. Mayhap you don't. Either way, you'll have to pass the audition first. You want to see the table? Prove you're worth our while. One of our own is standing by at the Gold Court. Show him this handbill, and he'll lead you to where you need to go. There we go. Not just over there. Is that near Netherite? Kind of. There we go. It's him. Or... yeah, him, the unbound agent. What do you want? I got this suspicious piece of paper. Wait, what's this say? Written in a simple font that reads, "Are you frustrated with your lot in life? Tired of feeling the boot ever on your neck? Then join us and win back your freedom. We invite both seasoned villains and fledgling reprobates to attend our audition." So you wish to lead others upon the passage, eh? You're welcome to try. But fair warning, this may be the hardest trial you ever had to endure. And are your loins properly girded? Yeah. That enthusiasm will take you far. Now then, follow me. The audition will be held in this room. Even those with the blackest hearts have balked at what we put our potential leaders through. So I'll be listening to your progress with great interest. Knock, knock. Enter. Can you hear it? The cry of a child, too young to know fear. Can you see it? A black bird in flight, its wings staining the azure skies. Can you feel it? The shape of the world as it should be, molded by the hands free of fetters. The passage to a new morrow lies before you. The passage of the unbound. Oh, they're a bunch of nerds. And with that, let us begin the audition for our new round of leaders. May the selection committee please take their seats. Why you got a fucking Byakko throne? Why you got two Byakko thrones? Holy shit. Easy there, bud. You look disappointed somehow. I understand. You expect to meet our founder. My apologies, but you'll need to prove yourself ere you're granted such an audience. Now, tell us your name. Refuse. Ooh, could I be, is this more villainous? They won't tell me theirs, so why should I tell them mine? No. Well done. The passage of the unbound works in the shadows, and our true names must remain hidden until their revelation can have the most dramatic impact. On to the next question. Why do you wish to join us? My friend joined up, so I thought, why not? I want to change the world. If you truly desired that, you would have done something noteworthy by now. It would be ill-advised to recommend a novice for a position of leadership. Damn. Enough about your ambitions. What can you do? Well, this isn't true. I mean, both of these are true. I can take on anyone or anything in a fight. I'm a big old bruiser. Anyone can fight. You do know we're trying to topple nations here, don't you? We don't need someone with muscles. We need someone who can grasp the reins of leadership and lead us to victory. That's enough questions for now, methinks. Let's see if this one has the guts to stand against an entire nation. This traitorous cur sold us out to our enemies. Chop off his head for us, will you? With that? Brother, I've got a big fucking sword. Oh, what's wrong? Having second thoughts? I could take. It only says to take the weapon and not to use it, or I could refuse and be my own person. They are looking for leaders. This is a tough one. Nah. I'll decide if people die or not. So you saw through our little ruse. How insightful. You played the traitor most convincingly, my boy. And now you may leave. Okay. I guess I read it right. Let's see. Oh yes, your final task. Strike a pose that captures your essence. Go. Ginyu it up. Do a little dance. Capture your strength. Yeah! Yeah! Hit him with it. Oh my! Such confidence, such grace. They quite literally emanate from you. Where is the smile and the little sparkle? You fraud. I believe we're ready to make our decision. You truly are singular among the other applicants. we can confidently say you've passed the first audition. Even hard-boiled... Oh god, what the fuck is that? Is that a name? Shaltafeet nearly cracked under the pressure of our inquiries, but you remained composed throughout. Congratulations on your impressive feat. Our agent awaits without to guide you to the next step. Oh, they leave me in here? What do you have to say? 'Cause I'm probably not gonna be able to come back here. Quite the selection of candidates this time, eh? If you feel we've pulled the wool over your eyes, good. That just shows your capacity for villainy. Be proud of it. I can see in your eyes you've been through more than I can imagine. Hold on to your anger and use it to bring the tyrannical rulers down to earth. Alright. Yeah, you'll be unable to return yet. That's why I talked to him. You thought we'd welcome you into the fold after a single audition? I'll have you know our standards are higher than that. By the way, if you had failed back there, I'd be guiding you to combat training right now. You can never have too much fodder for the cause, after all. Not many have been where you're going. But don't celebrate just yet. The hardest part is still to come. Imposing views. You must endure one final test, and seeing how important it is, our founder will be conducting it herself. She was here but a moment ago, but something compelled her to leave for the Sigoli Desert. Always has she followed the slightest whim. Show some initiative and find her among those massive dunes. Don't be intimidated if you're truly meant to lead us. Fate arranged this meeting long ago. Forgotten Springs. Gee, I wonder where it is. Could it be where the people are? Nice rock. Stop. Shake. Spin. Spin. Now come. Good boy, good boy. It works as well as I remembered. No beast is too great for the artifact's influence.
Sup?
What are you doing here? Do you fancy strolls amongst the nondescript sand dunes? Or is this not a chance encounter?
Oh, I'm a candidate for the passage of the Unbound.
Is that so? My underlings see potential in you? Ah. Well then, let us proceed straight to introductions. Remember my name, the architect of the passage, Abiyahi! If you wish to be one of my chosen leaders, there's but one requirement: boundless charisma. Extraordinary strength and unparalleled intellect mean nothing if you lack the charm. No one will follow a bore. Yet when spoken with the right tenor, even wicked words can resonate with small folk and rouse them to action. They'll gladly throw themselves into the thick of battle for a cause they believe in. Our cause. I did well in forming my first cadre of leaders. Their absolute devotion to indulging their own desires moved even me to tears. Even for all their faults, I still wholeheartedly believe that they were worthy of wielding the artifacts. Make me believe the same about you, and I shall gladly take you under my wing.
Do the pose. Okay. I don't know why we're not just tackling her right here, because she said who she was. We should, go by, fucking court serving rules. We confirmed who she is, now just tackle her in the sand.
Well, now's your chance to impress me. Tell me, what do you wish to gain by overthrowing the nations of the world? ... Listen well, many a dream has died in silence. If you wish to see your desires realized, you must be bold in expressing them. As for me, I want one thing. I only want one thing. Freedom. My village prospered amid nature unrestrained. While those in it were bound by the rules of society, our roles were determined at birth. Some of us would hunt, some would weave, but none were allowed to follow their hearts. Obedience meant a life without hardship, yes, but I couldn't suffer the tasks I was burdened with. So in defiance of those stifling customs, I went to the forest to hunt, and returned to my village with a prey mightier than any had been caught before. For this, I was rewarded with exile. Yet my banishment was a blessing in disguise, for it helped me realize I could survive, I could thrive, unbound by rules. I also understood that many like-minded souls yet suffered under the subjugation of state. I resolved to become an example that they could follow, to build the passage that could guide them to freedom. But enough about myself. There's something I wish to see. Follow me, but be wary the beasts that infest these sands.
I've basically said nothing to this woman, and she's just pouring her heart out at me about her ambitions. Got a lizard problem over here.
As I said, beasts abound in these parts. I could kill them myself, but this presents an opportunity. Let us commence the practical exam. Defeat these creatures by whatever means are at your disposal.
Okay. I did it. Don't mind the sand.
That was a fine show of strength. Fine enough to impress the meek into following you, I dare say. Very good. Now follow me. We are not far now.
And just walk right through me. And excuse me would have worked too, asshole.
Here we are. I've heard the stars are breathtaking from this vantage. In Uldar, they would charge you to view the sky from a place like this, as if there weren't enough hands grasping at our coin purses. Let us wait a while and see if the stories are true. Indeed, it is every bit as beautiful as they say. It was a worthwhile trek, wouldn't you agree? The light from those stars traveled all the way from the edge of the firmament, obstructed by nothing on its journey. Free. I believe people have the same capacity. Each of us a star unto ourselves, the light of our lives illuminating from the farthest reaches of the heavens. Ah, yes. You've passed, by the way. I knew I wanted you with me soon after our first meeting. Friends and allies gravitate toward you, don't they? I can tell. And so, to honor your introduction into my inner circle, I shall award you with an artifact of power unequaled. Is what I would like to say. Unfortunately, my stock of magical objects has been much depleted as of late. My rock. Are you truly so crestfallen? Then I suppose I cannot fault you for staying true to your ambitions.
Rock.
The artifacts wielded by the previous cadre were purloined from across the continent of Tural, where they were enshrined as objects of great power. Alas, we had greater need of them. Mine, however, came into my possession long before that. Flashback. After I was exiled, I traveled the world to seek a place that was truly free. Disillusioned by every nation I set foot in, I eventually crossed the ocean to Tural. In the remote outskirts of Shak Tural, I came across an ancient, forgotten ruins, and within I encountered the spirit of a Yakui who called himself the Wise One. I asked the Wise One where I might find freedom, and he told me this story.
Dramatically wise voice. When I yet lived, my people ventured into Shak Tural. But before we could settle there, a terrible sickness struck, and one by one many lost their lives. I sought a way to conquer this affliction, crafting an instrument that could harness the power of mighty beasts. Thus was the first treasure created. Alas, I was too late to save my brethren, yet I knew I could save others from our fate, and so I traveled across the land, bestowing other treasures upon struggling tribes. Ham-fisted heroic voice. I wish to create a place where people bereft of a home can live as they wish. Such a treasure could help me realize this dream. Your conviction is plain to see that is true. 5 treasures I have bequeathed, but there is one which remains sealed away. Its power is far too dangerous. My conviction. Oh. Okay, so she's the ham-fistedly heroic voice. Okay. My conviction means I can wield it responsibly. I beg you, bestow the power upon me. My words must have swayed him, because the spirit's final act was to honor me with the relic before disappearing. I will use the power entrusted to me to shatter the rules that stifle us. This is why I created the Passage of the Unbound. And now you are one of its leaders. Stand by my side, and together we shall release the people of the world from their chains. And then I just stare at her like, okay, lol. I did not initially intend to spend so much time in these wastes. Do ensure that your master do ensure you master that pose I showed you. Although I've only recently invented it, I expect every member to be capable of striking it at a moment's notice. With that, I cordially welcome you to the Passage of the Unbound. Oh my god. Just a normal one? Damn. Damn, it's not a persistent. Unfortunate. Enforcing freedom. Now that the night sky has energized us, it is time to take action. Our goal is no less to see every nation of the world crumble. Yet we must start somewhere. I was struck by how much I had changed during my most recent visit to Tural. How much had changed during my recent visit to Tural. When I gathered the first group of my chosen leaders. At the time, I encountered the Wise One. No ruler had united the continent under one banner. Uncertainty was in the air, but so was the scent of freedom. I had never seen a place quite like it. So much did it intrigue me, in fact, that I adopted a Chitona name for myself. Yet now the same freedom that I found so appealing is bound by the restrictions of state, and each day that passes those bindings grow tighter. That is why our first course of action shall be to return Tural to what it once was, to liberate the tyranny of Tuliolal. While my previous leaders were avatars of self-indulgence, they never quite grasped the concept of overthrowing a nation. It falls on us to set a precedent for future leaders to follow. Go to Tural and get the lay of the land. Venture to Hutsatsui in Shaloni and rendezvous with my enforcers at the local tavern. You may await further orders there. Abyahi's scheme has been laid bare. You should bring this information to Tuliolo. Alright. She'll never know that I never agreed to anything. That I just kind of stood there and listened. I'm back. I talked to that bunny lady.
Lauren, you have returned. Were you able to track down Apyahi?
Yeah.
I see. Her methods for testing the mettle of her would-be leaders are as unique as the candidates themselves. Yet learning their next target is Tuliyola only makes this sinking feeling in my stomach worse. This revelation doesn't come as a complete surprise, you see. We've heard whispers of a plot against the city. We've been aiding the Landsguard with investigating leads. While you were abroad, some familiar faces showed up to lend a hand. Oh, speak of the Vidral.
Alright, here we go. All the gang that we helped with. Okay. Howdy, gang. I remember like half of you. Remember you. Of course I remember you, Glasses Beer. You were the tank man. I don't remember you, and I don't remember you either. You guys were probably like, I don't know, something. Okay, okay, you've got like a Shock Turelli fucking thing. I think you were from there. When Brooke Yuvu sent word that you were to pursue Apyahi, we were eager to join the hunt. Yet right as you were arranging a ship across the ocean, we spied a suspicious group disembarking at the port. We decided we better aid you by tracking their movements. They claimed to be looking for work and obtained permission to travel to Shaloni. Yet upon arriving, they took work of a different sort, asking anyone they could find about Tuliyola and the inner workings of its government and defenses. When not bothering the people of Shaloni, they loaf about in Hutsatsahui. The master of the tavern there said the group spent long hours talking to other patrons, rarely ordering a thing and going on about some plan. Clearly, they're the enforcers Apyahi mentioned. We need to find out what they're planning and how Apyahi's treasure fits into the picture. We can figure out how to stop them. Let's split up. If these enforcers are as talkative as they seem, I'm sure it won't be as hard to eavesdrop. Let me help too. I have an idea that might make things easier. But it requires Lauren to aid us. I hope you can oblige. Then it's settled. Luxcana, Tepepke, I'll work undercover in the nature of uncover the nature of Apyahi's treasure. These link puddles should make it easier to communicate. I bought them from a foreign sailor. I knew they'd come in handy sooner than later. Alright, once we've discovered something, we'll meet at the Aetheryte Place and Aetheryte Plaza and Hutsatwi. Now then, follow me and I'll tell you about this idea of mine. Well, I'm glad I get to talk to you. You were my favorite of all of them. I have something that'll make our job a lot easier. The Dreamweave Cocoon. The village elder understood how much
which means to me to bring the unbound to justice for their crimes, entrusted me to do so once and for all. You've met this Apyahi in the flesh, yes? That means you can use the cocoon to imitate her. That's right, yeah, that cocoon lets you turn into other people. It can do that? Why, I was ready to use stealth and deception. This is making getting the information we need much easier. My thinking exactly. But will it be all for... But it will all be for nothing if Apyahi reaches them before we do. So let's make our way to Hutsasatwi at once. I do not claim to ever pronounce that correctly. Okay, it's this ether, right? See? I won't fucking know. I ain't taking the fucking stairs. I took a peek inside and saw a few rough-looking types who didn't sound to rowdy gathered around one of the tables. Doubtless they're one of our targets. There's no one fitting Apyahi's description, so she probably hasn't arrived yet. This is our chance. We can hear everything from out here, so we'll keep watch in case Apyahi makes an appearance. If she does, we'll call you on Link Pearl. Alright, Lauren, take the Dreamweave cocoon in hand, and in your mind's eye, envision that wicked woman. You must be Bunny Girl. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's... Ooh. That's fun. That is a new effect. Huh. Did they design this fucking barrier wall just for this quest? Okay. Well, I get to be a Vieira for like one of the first times ever. I've never really played as a Vieira. I played a Vieira, well, specifically a female Vieira for that one network test for the temporary servers. But that's about it. It's just a little odd. Hello there! How do you do, fellow Unbounders? Oh, boss, wait. You told us not to trust anyone, even yourself. If you are who you think you are, then do the pose. You've got sore arms from practicing it so much. Do the pose! Do it! Yeah, the pose. No one but you could strike a pose half as inspiring. We've been waiting, boss. Now that you're here, that means it's time to mobilize, right? You remember what the plan is, right? Of course, boss. We memorize each different part. Make sure we don't forget it. We'll launch our attack from the gates of Tuliolol. Cerulean barrels will blow to bits in a fantastic explosion. And Elrit's concoction will give us the strength to crush the Landsguard like ants. A simple plan for simple villains, don't you think? Keep pressing them for information, Lauren. And how will my artifact aid you? Oh. What are you behaving? Excuse me, we're in the middle of something. Sorry, didn't mean to flag you over. Yeah, mind your business. We're moving along. Stop trying to bleed us for every coin we have. Lauren, we see the real Apyahi approaching. Time to get the fuck out. We have to buy time. Keep the henchmen talking. Oh, this is gonna be real stupid. You there, excuse me, I wouldn't go in there. The drinks are more water than spirit. Is that so? Well, good thing I'm not thirsty. No, the food, there's no food either. They've sold every last dish. What? And they have the gall to remain open? Greed run amok indeed. Luckily, I wasn't planning on ordering anything. I'd rather die than become a paying customer. Have you no shame? Meanwhile, back at my bullshit. It was something else. There was something else? I didn't think there was. You were supposed to shore up our numbers, right? You said the artifact of yours would give us an army. Well, did it? Lauren, get out of there. She's coming in. Get the fuck out of the way. Sup? Oh, you're already here. You move quickly. Oh, that means we can get started all the sooner. Once Tuliolal succumbs to our wrath, together we shall celebrate the return of true liberty to Tural. Now, see to our preparations and then join us upstairs. We strike when I give the order. Strike a decidedly liberated pose. I'm glad we stayed, like, right here in town. That was close. I don't know what would have happened if we would have found out. I would have fucking just tackled her down, because it'd be that easy. We couldn't hear what you were saying while we were trying to distract Apyahi. Did you get anything we can use? That's great. Tutnawa and the others should arrive themselves. Let's go meet them. Now they're not gonna be up there, but you know, what if
Oh, they are actually here. That's surprising.
What are all these copycats doing here? I had preparations of my own to make on the way here, hence my delay. Return here once you've seen to yours. You're our new leader. Must have been easy to pass Apyahi's tests. If you have her respect, you have mine. You have ours. Yeah, you're not relevant. I wasn't expecting them to actually be up here. Sup, losers? I heard you ran into Apyahi at the tavern. Tell us everything that happened. I see your plan is to strike at Tuliolol from the Shaloni side. We have to focus our defenses there. You said her minions spoke of an army being summoned by her treasure. That matches with the story we heard. It was told to us by one of the Vipers. We hope their expertise in tracking deadly beasts, such as the Tural Vidral, the very source of our treasure's powers, might prove insight on the capabilities of hers. Apparently, they received reports that creatures across Tural were falling under the thrall of a Shigdona woman. Even those feral beasts obeyed her like a docile lamb. She did tame that worm. She was up playing with her worm. Yeah, I saw her playing with her worm. Well, we now know what our enemy is capable of. I have heard that some animals hunt by hypnotizing their prey with sound, smell, or even magical energy. Perhaps the Tural Vidral, whose essence lies in her treasure, was one of those, but it's difficult to say which. Even so, we know Apyahi's plan and the threat we face. We could prepare for whatever she might throw at us. We'll cut her off, cut her advance off at Sorgor the Boundless. It'll take everything we have to drive her back. If we fight as one, neither her nor her beast will take a single step into Tuliolol. I'll stay here for a while to keep an eye on things. If Apyahi makes a move, I'll contact you at once. Can you tell Ralmajun what we've learned? Do I have to? You know, I'm gonna say it right now that this even though much more comedic and less serious side plot here for this role quest is happening, it's playing out incredibly similarly to the MSQ of 7.0. Where we have every opportunity to do something about the problem, but we just stand there and let it happen. Like when Zeralja announced that he was gonna do a big genocide against the planet. And we just kind of stood there and let Wuklamat try and fail to beat him. Or when the artifact dropped right by and we just kind of stood there and watched Sveen pick it up. And only Y'shtola tried to do something well after it was way too late. And yet here we are. Now granted, I know we are the Warrior of Light and, you know, Kingdom Hearts, my friends are my power, fucking power Vizem. But I'm gonna hazard a guess
that we could probably take Apyahi in a fight pretty easily. We could probably take her. We could probably tackle her to the ground, like I've been saying jokingly a few times. Like, she trusts us right now. She has no reason to expect us that we shoulder check her, fucking RKO out of nowhere. And we could just pin her to the ground and, like, call our friends, like, hey, go bring some handcuffs. I feel like this is a problem that we're making more exaggerated by doing nothing. And just playing along. Now, granted, it's more entertaining to let it play along, and it's, you know, allows this story to happen. But that's just kind of a victim more of weak writing than it is of it being good. Just like Zoraljah being weak writing. Granted, again, as I said in a tweet, we got 2 more patches to see why Zoraljah was a good character, and it's not looking good so far. Anyway. She's bringing an army of beasts to our doors? There's so little time to prepare. And if the treasure can bend ferocious beasts to its will, we must consider the possibility that it can be used on people, too. I'll bring this information to the Landsguard at once, and that they may begin readying the city's defenses. I know neither you nor they will let a single citizen come to harm. This is it, Lord, and with any luck, Apyahi and her cronies will soon come languishing in cells. Oh, there it is. There's the song. Bar the passage. You said Tantanawa was keeping watch in Hurutsatwi, right? I suppose no news is good news. Yo, there's news happening. Apyahi and her minions are preparing to depart. It's time, everyone. We need to make a stand before the gates of Tuliolol. And here I was hoping Apyahi would turn herself in. Well, I suppose she'd just have to be brought in by force. That's what I'm saying. RKO out of nowhere. She might have that treasure, but she doesn't have our allies, and she certainly doesn't have you. That's what I'm saying. Today we stop the Unbound, and tomorrow we'll welcome a dawn of Tulio free of their shadow. It's time for the instance. Although the circumstances that brought us together were less than fortunate, I'm confident in the end we'll be stronger for them. We won't allow the passage of the Unbound to wreak havoc in Tuliolol. Today Apyahi and her ilk answer for their crimes. Oh, there's a big instance. They're here. We knew you were coming up, Yahi. You and your gang of thugs won't be going any further.
So, you've chosen to join the other sheep, have you? How disappointing. I offered you so much more than the life of a lapdog. I never intended to fight by your side. You were easily fooled by the fact that I said basically nothing. Of course you would say that. You are Eorzea's savior, after all. Oh no, my incredibly recognizable visage was recognizable. I knew it from the moment I saw you, and I suppose you're now asking yourself why I was so forthcoming with my plans. I want you to see what we fight for, to realize the beauty of true freedom, and devote yourself to the pursuit of our ally. Alas. Your allies only follow you because that treasure has them in its thrall. None of them would willingly follow such a reckless leader. Interesting. You think I have the power to command others against their will? Well, don't you? Oh, you are far more foolish than I believed. I would never rob anyone of their freedom. She's gone. Bitch, how much time you spend in diagram? I didn't get to read that. Fucking. Look, beasts approach from the Tuliolan side. But how? We committed so heavily to this side. Now she strikes from our blind spot. We must open the gate. The path to a new tomorrow lies before us. We need only be brave enough to walk it. Leave this lot to us. You tend to the others. Suspicious mushroom. Alright, gang. Excuse me while I do my tanking thing. Well, these were a lot weaker than I thought they would be. Well... Okay, they were fakes. Those were real creatures. Uncanny yee-hee. Which one of y'all tried to provoke off of me? Who did this? Yo, is that phlebotomize? Hell yeah, brother.
They killed the tank buster. My MP. I'll never get it back now. Damn, that's a strong braver. Hi. Come here. We're big tanking now. I wish I could get pulls that big for real. I'm pursuing Lubu. You have a real health bar? Good. Damn you. Dirty slash. My encouragement is shining. Ugh. Supposed to get out of the circle. Okay, you said you knew who I was, and you're surprised that this isn't going well for you? She's legging it. She thinks she can get away. Must you insist on being a thorn in my side? Very well. Then I shall plant the banner of evil upon the corpse of Eorzea's hero. and the meek shall flock to me. Are you fucking serious? Are you being real right now? Make my fervent desire manifest. Grant me the power to seize undying freedom. Okay. Oh no, it's a fucking moldy barrel tender. Myco tender. Alright. Excuse me while I Dark Knight opener all over you. And just ignore this. My salt! Just gonna stand there while I slice up your cactus. I hope he doesn't jump out of my salt again. I'm spoiling this bitch. Do it, bitch, you won't. Oh no, we're animating. I'm back, bitches. Oh, I should not have 2 minutes on this thing. Here, I thought that might have been like a real DPS check. Since you could do this as DPS. No, their provokes are too strong. Sorry, your exaflares are illegal. gonna do this over and over again. Fuck you. I'm Dark Knight. I don't think you're gonna be replenishing your ranks when we have beaten your ass so badly. Oh, not even your little fungus was real. It was all fake. It seems I must admit defeat. Yet know this. I do not believe the ideals for which I fought for were misguided. Think back upon the leaders who came before you, those 5 self-serving souls who dared to live as they pleased. Yeah, they were all assholes. All of them. Nobody liked them. Each one the perfect image of liberty, yet ultimate perfection cannot be achieved without ultimate power. That is why we fought, why we became villains, to tear down the world's nations and their stifling rules so the voiceless may speak again. What made you feel this way? Lauren has told you already, surely. Yet the exile that emboldened my hatred of meaningless restrictions also led to my awakening. I couldn't have known true freedom without it. And as I traveled the world, I noticed the same thing everywhere I went, that the many were bound by the few. In Gridania, citizens are discouraged from joining hands with their neighbors. In Ul'dah, merchants craft laws to exert their control over others. Even in Limsa Lominsa, once lawless pirates are made to bow to the state. Yeah, because the pirate thing wasn't going to work forever. We had a whole arc about that. Need I say more? The countless Guardians who were tricked into sacrificing themselves when their church fanned the flames of war. The people of the East, whose entire lives are determined by outdated customs and mores. I had to go west to find what I sought. Here in Taral, I lived the life unbound. Or so I thought. After a terrible tragedy, I was forced to find a new home once again. Terrible? What happened? I can scarcely say it. I was asked to pay for my lodgings. Pay? You mean you hadn't been paying all along? Why should I have to trade coin for a roof over my head? In my village, charging for something so essential was unthinkable. So long as one followed the rules, that is. For the first time since my exile, I questioned my path. I nigh convinced myself that taking care of my drunken sisters night after night wasn't so bad after all. Where did you live again? No, that doesn't matter. Surely, if you can accept trading labor for housing, you can understand the reasons behind trading coin for it. No, money is just another rule that's used to control us. A rule that I won't accept. I was forced to live in the streets. In my tent, I plotted the rebellion that would start with me and end with the authority of every nation in tatters. Yet one day, after long hours of sowing discontent, I returned to find my tent gone. Its place stole a sign that read, "No vagrancy." The last thing you owned was gone in an instant. That can't have been easy. I can understand your perspective, Upyahi, but a world where everyone did what they pleased would soon fall to chaos. Laws are the only things that keep us from that. And I know firsthand what it's like to be bound by old rules. Rules whose purposes are sometimes baffling. But you don't have to follow them blindly. If you're dissatisfied, you can work to change them. What you speak of, Upyahi, is not freedom, it's self-indulgence. So you're saying if I change the law, I can do whatever I please? In a manner of speaking, yes. Not a word got through to her. Talking anymore would just be a waste of breath. It's time to put her in chains. This was your doing, isn't it? All you're doing, isn't it? It's time you join the rest of your minions. I won't resist. I won't resist, but this isn't over. Those who share my vision will hear of this injustice. They will carry on my legacy. The passage of the Unbound shall remain open forevermore. Right. Your bravery was inspiring, everyone. Upyahi is in the custody of the Landsguard, and her treasure is destroyed. Without their leader and their secret weapon, the Unbound very well may truly be finished. We should return to Shabarabtai and yet Rune Majun. Know us about our victory here. Well, that was silly. Yeah, everywhere I went, there are rules. Yeah, because that's how civilizations form. That's just how it works. Shouldn't you have noticed the pattern that places build up because they have a foundation like that? Alright, hopefully this is over soon. I gotta leave soon. I thought this would be a little quicker. I heard all about your battle with the passage of the Unbound. Leave it to you to not only capture their leader, but do so without anyone in Tuliolo coming to harm. Yes, what I do. By the way, mages from the Wing of Protection inspected the remains of the beasts you fought. The discoveries were surprising, to say the least. They weren't actually individual organisms, you see, but a collection of minute fungi that have taken the form of familiar creatures. The mages concluded that the Tural Vitural sealed within the treasure was likely once a fungi itself. This explains the sightings of Yapiahi traveling with beasts and all sorts for her beck and call. She built her army by finding the fiercest creatures she could and recreating them with the power of the treasure. But you stood against that army without the shade of fear in your eyes. As a token of gratitude, you are all welcome to tacos on the house whenever you are in town. Speaking of which, I hear Tantawaha and the others will soon be returning to their respective villages. Goodbyes are always bittersweet, but I'm sure they'd love to speak with you one last time.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Alright, y'all. It is time to be gone and never speak again. I neglected to mention this earlier, but I was able to convince everyone back at home to stop relying on the cradle. My sleepless days are over, but I've been busier than ever. I've looked back to Ishgard's Nights for inspiration on how to build solidarity among the villagers. We train together and take turns on watch, among other things. Launzikwe no longer needs to spend her days in bed, and sometimes joins us in our drills. I admit this new way of life wouldn't be the same without her. A new way of life for which we owe you our thanks, Lord. We'll keep striving to follow the example you set for us. Speak to everybody individually. My people have accepted the fact that you can't always rely on the heart sting. Even now are trained to build our natural resistance to various toxins. It took some time to figure out the right amounts to use, and I admit there are some close calls, but luckily the heart sting was at our disposal. Yet I believe our strength lies in our ability to conquer hardship. I hope one day you can trust in our own abilities. That being said, it's been some time since I had a meal that wasn't laced with poison. I've forgotten how delicious food could be. The others will be glad to hear how key the Dreamwave cocoon was to our success. And though it seems Apyahi recognized you from the moment we met, it didn't make a difference, did it? It reaffirms for me that you've come more than earned. It just reaffirms for me that you've more than earned your renown as a hero. I still aspire to become a hunter worthy of Itoka's legacy, and I know it will take a lot of time, and a lot of hard work. For now, I'll focus on keeping my village safe. But I won't stop there. Keep your ears to the ground, Lauren, for someday you'll hear tales of the mighty Kyuki, a hunter true. Everyone was so brave. My heart always starts pounding when the fighting begins. But I didn't need to worry. Since I'm here in Tuliolo, I'll visit the market before I return to my village. Oh, I almost forgot. Kakulja sent me a letter. He said the authorities have taken his circumstances into account and decided to be merciful. He'll be released soon. Just as promised, my village will be the first place he visits. Everyone's looking forward to greeting him with open arms. If Kakuljar agrees to be our protector, then we can come to Tuliolo more often. To think the origin of the treasure lies with the Yakui. Even with such dominating strength as they possessed, they sought still more with their very survival was at stake. My people were afraid of the apex, so sealed it away within our treasure. But over time, the treasure became as feared as the beast within it. Thus, it was never considered to be used as a tool to aid us. I've been training hard and hope that someday I can help my people view the treasure from a view perspective. It might take a while, but we'll get there. I'm already stronger from the last time we met, right? You don't have to answer, but trust me when I tell you that it won't be easy road like Virazan. Every bit of progress will earn through hard work. Oh god, I'm falling apart. On that note, as much as I'd like to stay, I suppose we'll have our homes waiting for us. Let's say our farewells to Brookhaven and Ralmajun. This is what no voice cutscenes does to a man. He falls apart in speaking easy sentences. I am glad you got to catch up with everyone. Shall we visit so I bring this party to a close then? Ugh. Be well, everyone. I'll bring loans the quick way next time. I wanted to meet meet the people who helped us. Stop by my village if you're ever near in the region. I'll treat you to a freshly hunted boar. Thanks. Everyone get home safely. We'll meet again soon. I hope I was able to pay back the debt I owe you, if only a little. If you ever need help again, you know how to reach me. Who them characters in the background? It was a long and trying road, but the treasures are finally back in their rightful places. And the passage of the unbound, with no one to lead their meager numbers, will fade into obscurity. I'm sure we'll hear no more of them again. Well, about that. Here's to peace in Turiola. Rules. Basic social considerations. Who needs them? These pathetic bastards don't even see the yokes around their necks. Did you see how nobly Apyahi fought? As long as I can remember that sight, I'll never turn away from the path she showed us. It's up to us to continue what she started. We don't need those artifacts to bring down nations. We'll find a whole new kind of weapon. The passage of the unbound shall remain ever open, and we'll be there to guide others to it. There's more of you? Criminals, over here! By the gods, run! We can't be caught here! Silly, aren't they? Alright, that sure do be it. Give me my silly music. Well, that be it. That sure do be a single quest line that we needed a whole patch for. Yeah, that should have been in the last patch. That should have been in 7.15. yeah. Well, that's it. Fucking see you tonight for raid, I guess.